What if you could stuff your PC gaming library into a handheld device and play it anywhere without needing a constant internet connection for cloud streaming? This dual-screen beast is the AYN Thor, and it promises something that sounds almost impossible: running Windows PC games locally, right here on Android. But is that promise a reality or just a pipe dream? We're about to find out. We're not just talking emulation of old consoles. We're talking about using powerful compatibility layers like Gamehub to run actual Windows games. We're putting the Thor to the ultimate test. The results might just surprise you. This is the complete journey. If you have observed, I have been out from creating content for how many months because of anxiety. I just took it easy and did what I always loved to do, which is gaming. I feel good now, and I will continue to do my new hobby, which is creating content for you guys. If you are suffering from anxiety, my advice is to just take it easy. Practice deep breathing exercise, and just do whatever hobby you love to do. But before we have a drama, let's continue the video. So what kind of monster are we dealing with here? My AYN Thor is the Pro model, and it is an absolute powerhouse crammed into a wild dual-screen clamshell design. Inside, it's rocking a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is a massive leap for a mobile computing. That's paired with 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM and a 256GB of storage. On paper, those specs aren't just impressive, they're pretty much required for what we're attempting. The Max model though, which has 16GB of RAM and 1TB of storage, could have been better, since some of PC games can get hungry and eat up over 12GB RAM and over 5GB and above of your storage. The design itself is wild. A dual-screen Android handheld is not something you see every day. The build feels surprisingly solid, and it's pretty comfortable for its size, at least until you get into a multi-hour session. The buttons, D-pad, and Hall effect joysticks all feel great, and the shoulder buttons have a nice satisfying click. The main display is gorgeous and vibrant, while the second screen has a ton of potential for multitasking or showing extra info. If you want to see my review of the AYN Thor, click the card which is on the upper right of your screen. But the hardware is only half the equation. The real magic happens with the software. I don't have magic wand, so I have to use a chopstick. We'll be using an app called Gamehub, acting as our engine. Think of it as a compatibility layer that translates Windows instructions for Android, allowing PC programs to run. This also has a sleek launcher that gives us a clean, console-like front end for all the games we install. It's not a traditional emulation, and it's definitely not streaming. It's a whole different ballgame, and it's what makes playing our PC library on the Thor possible. Okay, let's be real. This isn't a simple plug-and-play situation. Getting this all working takes some patience and a love for tinkering. This is where we earn our stripes, so let's walk through it together. First, you'll need the software. You won't find this on the Play Store. Using your browser on the Thor, you'll need to find and download the latest APK files for Gamehub from the official source. Link will be on the description below. Once it's downloaded, you just install it like any other side-loaded app. Once Gamehub is set up, open it. Then you can see that sleek, futuristic interface. Here, you can install games and even link your Steam account to browse your library. Seeing your whole PC collection pop up on this little device is a genuinely cool moment. From there, you can launch games directly. But wait, there's more. You'll also need to use the Thor itself. Swipe down from the top and you'll find AYN's Quick Access menu. Here, you crank the performance mode to high performance and set the fan to smart or high to stop the chip from overheating and slowing down. It's a process of trial and error, but when you nail the perfect combo of settings, the results are pretty special. This is the moment of truth. We've done the prep work, we've tinkered with the settings, and now we see what the AYN Thor can actually do. I've chosen a few different games to show off the full spectrum here. First up, an indie darling that feels made for a handheld, Stardew Valley. As you'd probably guess, it runs perfectly. The performance is a locked, battery-smooth 60 FPS, and the game's pixel art just pops on this screen. It's an ideal use case and shows how the Thor can be the ultimate indie machine. Plus, Steam Cloud saves can often sync up, letting you continue your farm from where you left off on your PC. Whew! Let's turn up the heat. Next is Silksong, a platformer game. With the Thor's performance mode kicked on, it handles this with zero sweat. Input feels responsive, and it's just a fun pick up and play experience. Again, a rock solid 60 FPS, proving that well-optimized PC games feels right at home. It sometimes dips to 52, but it's only when the device is loading a new part in the game. One more problem I have encountered is the cloud saves. It is not working. So if you are already very far from the game, unfortunately, you need to restart again. Next is Dead Cells with consistent 60 FPS. Hollow Knight with consistent 60 FPS. Then next is the nostalgic Contra Operation Galuga. This one has a lowest FPS of 47 and lowest FPS of 56, but gaming feels stable and there's no lag. Ball XP is a wonderful game when you just want to chill and game on the couch or the bed. This is a consistent 60 FPS. Wizardom, another consistent 60 FPS. Gunfire Reborn is playable in this device, but it lags hard when you enter a new stage and when you open inventory and skills. I have seen the lowest FPS at around 40 seconds, and we are only in the early stage of the game. We might feel a struggle when we are in the boss fights. I will come back to this when we review the AYN Odin 3, so do not forget to subscribe and ring the bell and get notified immediately when the video is out. Right now. Balatro is no stress, of course. Overcooked 2 is working very well in this device, but I haven't tried the co-op mode if it is functioning well because you need 2 players in this game. Megabonk is no lag, but it dips down to 50 FPS when there is a lot happening in the game. We have tested indie games so far because some of the other bigger games or AAA titles are either not supported or just crash. Let us check some of these games. Celeste gets stuck at Cloud Sync. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is also stuck at the loading screen. Crash Bandicoot Trilogy loads but it suddenly crashes. Hitman Absolution says perfect support, but it is, again, just stuck in the loading screen. Rise of the Tomb Raider will take us to the initial window, but when you press play, the device just freezes. Sonic's X Shadow Generations will load, but it freezes. One more thing that I have observed is that when you are downloading and installing, the device becomes very warm and the temps reaches until 80 plus degrees Celsius. Let us check if this is the same thing once we review the Odin 3. So, after all the setup, the tinkering, and the testing, what's the final call? Is the AYN Thor the holy grail for portable PC gaming? The answer is almost. And it really depends on the kind of person you are. First, the good stuff. The raw performance here is genuinely mind-blowing. Being able to run a surprisingly number of your PC games locally without needing an internet connection is a game changer. For emulation, this thing is a beast. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 can handle everything up through some Switch games beautifully. And the fact that cloud saves can often sync makes this feel like true extension of your PC gaming life. However, you have to keep your expectations in check. This is not polished, everything just works console experience. This is the Wild West of mobile PC gaming. A lot of games simply won't launch, others will have weird graphical glitches. You have to be a tinkerer, someone who actually enjoys the process of tweaking drivers and settings to find that performance sweet spot. The ergonomics, while decent, can also get a bit much during long session with an intense game. So, who is this for? It's for the pioneer, the enthusiast, the gamer who sees a technical challenge and gets excited by it. It's for the person who dreams of carrying a chunk of their PC library in their pocket and is willing to put in the work to make it happen. If you want a simple grab-and-go device, this ain't it. But for those of us who love living on the bleeding edge, what the AYN Thor and the modding community have achieved is incredible. We are playing games like Silksong and Contra Operation Galaga on a clamshell Android device, a feat that feels like it's straight out of the future. The journey of playing PC games on Android is really just getting started. With every update to compatibility and every new powerful device, that dream gets a little bit closer to perfection. The AYN Thor is one hell of a step on that journey. Game Native will be next, so keep updated. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the future of local PC gaming on Android? And more importantly, what demanding PC games should I try to get running on the AYN Thor next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. That is all for this video. Again, this is Mixsky, saying thank you very much for all your support, guys, and I will be needing more of your support. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Peace out.